What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? This your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. I didn't have this time push back so many like twice. I ain't gonna lie, brother was tired. I don't really have that much time. I got about 30 minutes that I'm gonna spend with you guys. Um, so I'm going to discuss you know, episode 1 through 3 of Gen V, which takes place in the boys universe. Normally I do this is like a reaction. I was gonna do an actual video for it. But last night and kind of got a little bit caught up. What's up, D Stizzle? Kind of got a little bit caught up or whatever. Haven't seen this, but spoilers don't bother me. I'm not really gonna go into spoilers, like not super spoilery. This is just legitimate a reaction to me, some of the greatest writing when it comes to this genre that's out, and I don't think anybody can touch what the boys writers have done. Because they do have a little bit more freedom to be expressive. It's a lot of hidden gems that I'm gonna talk about just with just in here and just with Gen V, this extension, you know what I'm saying, of the boys universe, man. I think it's awesome. So, how we do it, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into it, you know what I'm saying? Um, hopefully you guys are happy, hope you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gant. And check out my man Heavy Gant. Check out his YouTube channel, the Heavy Gant channel. Also, my man just came out with, some fire music. So make sure you're checking that man out. Like I said, if you go to his YouTube channel, you might be able to find a link. I don't want to say, but you might be able to find a link to his music and check out what he's doing, man. Dude's a dope MC, bringing hip hop back, but already know how we do it. The real question is, all right, let's get into it. All right, so in the world of the boys, I've not watched The Boys. The Boys is a superhero show. What is his name? Enos. Can't think of his name. Comic book writer. That is a little bit more hardcore. If you have not watched the actual shows itself, I'm trying to get to some information, but it comes into the world where these superheroes, they actually are. It's Garth Ennis. I'm gonna serve Garth Ennis. They come into this world and you actually see what this world would look like if superheroes were kind of real. And what I mean by kind of real is, if these superheroes was if we did have superheroes and in this world, people are not born superheroes, they are made by a substance called Compound B. And in the original Boys series, you had Homelander and Queen Maeve, you know what I'm saying, and older characters like Soldier Boy and all these cast of characters, right? A-Train. I remember the first time I watched The Boys, with smaller Warner for The Boys. He runs through my man's girlfriend in the opening scene. Like, it's 5 minutes out. Like, holy crap. What am I watching? Like, I'm amazed that they even went there. You know what I'm saying? Checking out Homelander, you know what I'm saying? And how he moves and Black Noir, all this other stuff. Like, yo, this thing is crazy. You know what I mean? This show is nuts. And and showing this progression of these characters and just how they react and move and stuff like that. And then you have the opposite end, that people who don't like soups, you know what I mean, and will do anything to kill a soup. That's what you deal with. Oops, sorry. That's what you deal with in the boys universe. And you know, through 3 seasons, I would say, and I don't care what nobody says, it is the best writing. I'm looking at the camera. This is the best writing on television. The best writing. Why? Let me tell you why. And then I'm going to get to Gen V. It has the civil liberties to do a lot of things that Marvel DC doesn't have. For one, and I'm not just talking about the blood or raunchy factor, because they get real raunchy, just like in the Garth Ennis comics. They get, real bloody and gory, and there's more Mortal Kombat fatalities in these shows than anywhere else. Point blank, period. It gets ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But what I like about the show, and I like about the boys, you know what I'm saying, is that in the world of the boys, they do something that a lot of people miss. They throw the social commentary and social constructs to the characters without it being forced. Let me give you an explanation. So in Gen V, and I'm gonna just give you kind of a generalization. This takes place at like a college, right? It's like Golovak. I think that's how you pronounce it. And in this, you're still getting the same things in the world of the boys. So all of these superhero kids have to go to this, is going to this school or whatever. And you have these different experiences within this school. It is almost like if you're watching the X-Men, but the X-Men was written by Deadpool. I mean, and I would say a lot of it's hard. I think it's hard because it's so much of a hard R that a lot of people won't, will probably tune out to this, because it's a very hard R. You know what I'm saying? You got sex, you got blood, you got violence. But in all of that, what you have is great storytelling. And like I said, in the world of the boys, everything is ran by how popular you are, how social media is run, point scale, all of this. Yeah, I will give you that. Yeah, Crime City again. Also, yeah. Yeah, and it is. And I like this aspect of the boys because it shows you that it doesn't matter what you do as long as you're popular and you fit the mold. You know what I mean? Homelander, blonde hair, blue eye guy that fits the mold. You understand? Or golden hair, all American. No matter how crazy this dude is, no matter how sinister this guy is, he has the look, he has the charisma, and in the world of the boys, there's not too many people that can stop him. That's what you get with Homelander. And in this show, you get to see the baby versions of them, or the teenage version, how they groom and grow. Compound V or Generation V, to me, Generation V is Generation Vault. And Vault Pharmaceuticals is the one who creates these superheroes. See, to give you a background a little bit, with a lot of these guys were young, whether these kids, these heroes were younger, their parents shot them up with Compound V, promising to be superheroes or whatever. But in the world of the boys, you don't know what the effects of Compound V would do to you. It's not like X-Men. And matter of fact, it actually kind of, it is a spoof on a lot of like X-Men, and it's a spoof on the Justice League, and a spoof on a lot of different genres. I mean, or a lot of different teams of comics, the X-Men, all of that, Batman, the whole nine, Superman, you got all of it, you know. But in this world, they weren't born that way; they were created, and they were created by some of the harshest standards. Matter of fact, if you go back and you watch Diabolical, the boys Diabolical, you get to see how how Homelander was tortured and treated, you know what I'm saying, and fed lines to, you know what I'm saying, so he could be who he is today, which is a murdering psychopath. Like, dude is legitimately nuts, but that's the way that they created him. And in this world also, you get to see how the way the media plays a role in this. So let me get to this show, and let me kind of give you a synopsis based on, I'm gonna just give you just based on IMBD. From the world of the boys comes Gen V, which explores the first generation of superheroes to know that their superpowers are from Compound V. These heroes put their physical and moral boundaries to the test, competing for the school's top ranking. And that's what it is. Now, in this particular world, in this school, we run into Marie Moreau, who is our point of view character on this. She is played by Jazz Sinclair. I was trying to wonder when I was on the first episode. I was wondering what I was knowing her from. Like, man, where I know her from. She played in this movie with Morris Chestnut and I can't think of her name. Can't think of her name offhand. Let me see if I can find the movie real quick. But she was in this movie. What is it? Okay, here we go. When the bow breaks, and I watched that, and where she was playing a psychopath, a nut bucket, and I ain't gonna lie, she was awesome. She was very awesome. So she's playing our point of view character. We meet Chance Perdimo, which is who plays Andre Anderson. We meet Little Cricket, which is played by Emma Myers. Kate Dunlap, which is played by Maddie Phillips. Jordan Lee, who is a trans character, but instead of the character can actually switch between a man or a woman at a drop of a hat. The female version is played by London Thor, and then the male version is played by Derek Liu. We meet Sam Ritterin, who's played by Asa German. And that's really your base cast. And like I said, in this, because we're dealing with, basically like teenage angst, even though these people are, in their late 20s, early 30s. My homegirl Jazz Sinclair, I'm looking at her, she does not look like a high school 18-year-old. I mean, she doesn't look like she's 30 either. But she doesn't look like a high school 18-year-old though. But let me digress. In this, you get to see the way that this show constructs the superhero genre, even though that there's some Stranger Things type of things going on. Also, you get to see what the X-Men show will really look like. But also the social media component. Let me just tell you, the reason why I really like The Boys and like this show is because they show you, there's social things that go on that they show you that are not talked about. Like, have you ever seen, a person, especially a person of color, who's done absolutely nothing to get catapulted to the front of the line, and you're wondering, like, what is it, this person? Why is this person in front of everybody? Why is this person now the spokesperson? And this person has done absolutely positively nothing. You know what I'm saying? And how the media will construct this person to be something great or a martyr or something like that. But like, wait a minute, this person even this person could do wrong in somehow, some way, because they're trying to fit a narrative, they're trying to push a narrative. This is how they do, how they would treat, you know, different people, not only of color, but of sexuality. You know what I'm saying? If you're, if they push these hard topics, because nobody wants to hear, that sometimes, you have a token black person get pushed to the front of the line to push a narrative. Yeah, I don't want to hear that, or you don't want to hear someone that's transgender, you know what I'm saying, not get the opportunities, like, you know what I'm saying, because these are things that do really happen because they can't fit a narrative in a certain demographic in a certain area. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to talk about those particular type of things. You know what I mean? We don't want to talk about, the effects of, mental health that go on, that this show will show you. If the boys have showed it with you know what I'm saying, with alcoholism and racism and sexism and, you know what I'm saying, feminism, you know what I'm saying, toxic feminism, toxic masculinity. They hold no punches back. That's why it's so refreshing to be able to like a show and watch a show like this. Then a lot of people, they come for the blood, the guts, and the glory. I get that. I understand that. That's what makes the show awesome. But what also makes this show awesome is the social commentary that is baked inside of it. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm not going to show any of the clips. I'm not even going to show. Well, I can't. I don't want to get banned from YouTube because there's way too much stuff that was in there. And I was going to chop up clips and, the clips of the safe clips. You know what I'm saying? And all of that. And I just decided let me just go live, whenever I'm not, wherever I'm not sleepy. And so I know this is what the studio usually does, but I'm not a big fan on spinoff series before the main series is almost finished. It's only been 3 seasons. And with this spinoff series actually literally takes place right after season 3. And the reason why this takes place, because they're trying to look for another person to be able to fit into the 7 based off of what happened in season 3. That's why they have, this, and just like there's a black girl with, with these particular type of powers. Like I said, I'm not going to do any spoilers or whatever. With these particular set of powers, now they're talking about, the first black woman to be in the 7. You know what I'm saying? No matter if she's crazy, no matter if she's, diabolical, nothing. It's just, let's make history. This diversion thing is in, and I love the way that they do that. They use, and this is something that I love that Chill talks about all the time, how the media will use diversity to push a narrative, even if it's wrong, just to say, well, look at us being diverse. Well, look at us. You know what I'm saying? And I love the way that they're using this POV character, as to say, she could be the Black Starlight, because Starlight is gone. Remember, Starlight is not part of the 7 anymore. So they're trying to look at people that, you know what I'm saying, to be able to take, some of certain people's places in the 7. You know what I mean? So again, the way that they use a particular media and how they will feed you lines, and even in reality TV, let's take the worst part of your trauma and let's exploit it for personal gain. You know what I mean? I talk about Blueface and Krishan all the time because it's a prime example how they don't care about these people's mental health. They don't care how detrimental it looks. They don't care about any of that. You know what I'm saying? They just push them and make them rich. I'll make you rich if you go out here and act a fool. Real Housewives of Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Bad Girls Clubs, all this shit that pushes a narrative to say, look how, especially black women, you know what I'm saying? Black women with a bag, look at them fight amongst each other. Look at the way that they treat each other. Yada, yada, yada. And people tune in. They got their fan favorites, who they rooting for, who they like, who they don't like. They don't like, and when you talk about this, they don't like to bring that part up, how detrimental and hurtful that particular type of narrative, that is pushed can be detrimental towards you know what I'm saying, towards people, you know. And you're right, it's corporate control diversity. You know what I mean? How they will just do it. You know what I'm saying? And not necessarily pay attention, you know, and say if it's right or wrong. This is what they want. And they'll be like, oh, but we can score points in this particular demographic. What it would look like. It's like when you hear the story of the lady who sat on the, and I can't think of her name, and this is a shame for me especially. I can't think of the lady who sat on the back of the bus before Rosa Parks. You know what I mean? And because you know, the story was, you know, because she had a child, had a child out of wedlock, and she didn't fit the look. She didn't fit the mold. You know what I'm saying? And we did that. You know, people forget about the paper bag test and stuff like that we did. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, and the diversity we could cause with amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? And then now you have these studios picking up. Well, we can just, you know, we can just prop up these particular type of people. People have done nothing. They to influence your mind. You know what I'm saying? To change your mind, your narrative. They are there to push a narrative, and they have script writers everywhere to push that narrative. They don't. It's funny how when Jonathan Majors broke up that fight, oh, the script writers must have did it. But then when narratives are pushed, whether it's political, whether it's through the media, through your celebrities, you know what I'm saying? You wonder why celebrities pushing certain things, you know what I'm saying? You know, whether it's detrimental to your body, whether it's detrimental to your mind, whether it's detrimental to whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you wonder why these celebrities are getting paid, and they tell you, hey, yeah, do what you got, do what you do, go get the bag, go do this, go do that. Why certain things in the algorithm is pushed, but when you start talking about real, you know, hard-hitting things, if you get banned, you get blocked from TikTok and all of that for those things. That's why I like this show so much, because they talk about that. That is the real part of what this society is doing, and they're opening up the whole floodgates. That's why I watch this show. You know what I'm saying? I watch this show because it does, excuse me, put those things in perspective. So when you're watching television, you wonder why, you know, you feel like a certain rapper or whatever. You like, wait a minute, where the hell did they come from? You know what I'm saying? They feel like this doesn't, something ain't right. Why are they propping this person up? All these dope ass rappers out here, and they prop this up. And you in this show pulls it up. And like I said, not only that, you know what I'm saying? You know the way that they push, like I said, certain types of diverse groups, and push the narrative on those things. You know what I mean? When you start talking about, you know, the effects of, like I said, mental health, and how detrimental it could be to consume so much negativity, and how it could brainwash you, and change you in all these particular type of things. All these things that we should be talking about. This show is perfectly intertwines and blend this in. You know what I'm saying? And Gen V is just another extension on this, and it's good to have this side quest. We get eight episodes of this. They dropped the first 3, got 5 weeks of this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to continuing to talk about this, and in next or this week. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to talk about. Hey, I'm going to bring out spoilers. I did non-spoilers on this, but I'm going to bring out spoilers so we can kind of get to this. I gotta stop being lazy though, and start just going back and just making a video. Because I got I'm going to introduce Martial Art Mondays, which is going to be, you know, martial art reviews that are not going to be live or whatever. It's just going to be short video about, you know, a particular kung fu martial arts movie that I think you should check out. You know what I'm saying? That's coming soon. Of course, today we got the Blurred AF show. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have a special guest, Rashad from Popcorn to Your Beard, is going to be in the day with me, Blue, and Mika. Like I said, I'm trying to think of what else. What else is going on? I think that's it. Like I said, we got Ahsoka on Tuesday, so of course Wednesday I will have a video for you on that. Chucky, oh yeah, I'm covering Chucky. Of course, I can't play everything from Chucky. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna talk about Chucky. Chucky season 3. I've been waiting on this. This is my show. I've been waiting on this, but make sure you guys are checking out Gen V. It is an extension. You know what I'm saying? It's a side quest of the boys, but it ties into the main story. If you like, you know, thought-provoking entertainment that also has all the blood, guts, and gore that you like from your favorite slasher movie. You know what I'm saying? A lot of humor, a lot of heart. This is something that I will most definitely tell you to check out. Check out The Boys, season 1 through 3. Check out Diabolical. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? It's so much goodness in there. And like I said, they touch on a lot of things that are forced, like She-Hulk forced a bunch of narratives and push bullshit. You know what I'm saying? This show doesn't do that. You know what I'm saying? It actually tightly weaves, what's going on and puts it into we push it into the story. It makes the story even better. Worst superhero film reviews will be hilarious. I would say check out Popcorn to Your Beard because they always doing stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Terrible movie Tuesdays. Oh, like when you played the trailers. Oh yeah, that was fun though. Maybe if tonight, if I feel like, if I'm up to it, if I'm not too tired, I come back. I still gotta cut my grass. I ain't cut my grass in weeks, probably the last couple months. But we'll see how I feel like later on tonight. Maybe we'll just kick it and chill. You know what I'm saying? And do that. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Thank you guys for checking out. This is not just like I said, this show is great. There's so many crazy moments that the first episode is wow. Second episode, you know what I'm saying? More of the filler episode. We get backstory, we get certain things. You know what I'm saying? Little Cricket is starting to be one of my favorite characters on the show. You know what I'm saying? And man, I got it, man. I got my shrubs. I ain't try. I'm probably not gonna do my shrubs today, but the grass most definitely gotta get cut when I get back. But anyway, I gotta get out of here. Thank you so very much for sticking by. If you haven't seen The Boys, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Some of the best writing, some of the best stuff on television to me. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you guys are checking out.
Real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
You already know I gotta wrap it up. Anyway, thank you so much for sticking in to coming in and checking out this live. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you never ever miss one of my videos ever again. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe. Y'all gotta put the top back on this forehead. Where's my outro at? Let's get out of here. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.